Oh, yay. Now, usually we're trying something odd. Maybe not so tasty. Maybe a little scary. Might send us to the restroom. Today is none of that.
Or the garbage can.
Today is a reach on Try It Tuesday. What did you try? Like, this might be a good gift for the mom of my life. Let me see if she gets mad or she loves it and she hates it. And it was a success or it was an epic failure. That's what we're looking for today. What did you get? Maybe what did you give? What did you receive as a gift for Mother's Day?
Hate it?
Yeah, give us some ideas outside of flowers, cards.
Yeah, that's all the
Trinkets.
typical stuff. But you
Scarves.
can call us at 833-390-KRBE. That's 833-390-5723.
I'll tell you right now what I don't think you should try. Harold the Hedgehog watering can for $50. Look at this thing.
What the heck
That's
is that?
really expensive. Where are you finding that on?
That
I
is
just
so
went to
ugly.
great Mother's Day gifts for 2025
Oh, okay,
for the
yeah,
mom who has it
yeah.
all and
The mom that has it all.
uncommonGoods.com.
Well, she doesn't have this.
Well, because think about it.
No
Every
hedgehog
mom,
planter or whatever that
there are a
thing is.
lot of moms in everybody's life. You feel like, okay, well, what does she actually want? What is she actually going to use? What is not going to be clutter in her house?
Yeah.
You know, at this point, depending on your mom's age, you're like, okay, what does mom want? You can give a mom a spa package. Will she ever make time to use it? How many moms, raise your hand, have had spa gift cards just sit there?
Oh, no.
Because
My hands
you
up.
don't have time.
I am using that. That's what I was going to say for what you should definitely get your mom.
A spa.
Rula, you should book it. Book it for them.
I know I should
Put
book
it on
it.
the date. That's what you need to do. For you.
So you're saying
you gotta
make the date choice?
the appointment. There is no excuse unless there is excuses. I get
Well,
it.
there is
But I'm
excuses.
saying, I'm standing my ground.
I
Book
know,
that
it's
and
so
go
hard.
because it is going to be so
you
worth
think
it.
that's a good idea to say, Mom, this Thursday, 4
Yes.
p.m., you're
Yes.
having a spa treatment.
Absolutely. Like that's what my husband asked. He's like, what do you want? I was like, I would love a spa treatment. Now I'm going to do it post baby because you can't really get the full feeling.
you're-
like
you
They
gotta
do
lay on your
prenatal and
belly.
they have
That
I
special
know,
beds
fun.
for your bump.
they do it like really soft. Like I want something that like I'm going to be sore the next day because I got like
Well,
I don't
because
know how to say that
liability, there's,
inappropriate.
You're
there's
talking
pressure
deep
points on your
tissue.
body
Yes.
that could send you into labor at
Yeah, I
this
wouldn't
point.
even want to touch you right now.
No,
Like, even
exactly.
a pedicure-
That's why I'm going to wait.
When you get a pedicure, you should tell them not to massage your legs.
No,
Do you know
massage
this?
it.
Why?
There's an ankle pressure point that could trigger labor.
I did hear
Really?
that.
Yeah, when you're this far along.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't
Let's
know
go to the
anything.
phones. 833-390-KRB. Hey, Heather. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are y'all today?
We're feeling pretty good.
Great.
We're feeling pretty good. I don't know about this weather, but hey, it's another Monday.
Yep.
It's just called Tuesday. Heather,
Right.
tell us about the gift that you've been given, or did you give it? Was it a fail? Was it a success? Tell us about this.
It was a super success. My sisters and I all went in, and we got our mother new handlebars for her Harley.
Oh, that's very unique.
Oh my God,
Mama's
that's
a
so
Harley rider.
cool.
That's nice.
I thought you were going to say handlebars for like the kitchen. Like
For the
you
Harley,
were
I
just
like
calling
it.
it different.
Now, did you already have it? Did you just wrap the handlebars, or did you already get it put on the Harley?
Oh, that's a good question.
We didn't get it put on the Harley because we all live in different places, and so we just all pulled our money together and ordered it and had it shipped to her, and she loved it.
Hey, how much does that
That's
cost, by the way, to buy
Right.
handlebars for a hog?
I think it all just depends on which ones. She wanted some little ones. They call them like little baby ape hangers. I don't know. They're kind of like they're tall ones to where her arms would be up.
Oh, okay.
And
Those
it was
kind.
only, yeah. I have a lot of sisters, so we only put in about $30-$40 each.
How
That's
much
good.
did the grand tally?
About 120, 130, I would imagine.
And it's something
That's
personal,
good.
too, that every time she rides her Harley,
Yeah.
She'll
Thinks
think
of
of
her
you
girls.
guys.
thinking of you
Thinks of her
guys.
girls.
That's really
Now,
good.
And the
that's
fact that
smart.
your mother
Yeah.
rides a Harley is very unique.
That is super BA. Your mom's cool.
Now, you guys send us a picture of that at 37530, Heather, okay?
Do you all ride Harleys?
Okay.
Do you all have...
No, well, one of my sisters does, but the rest of us don't. I would, but it's just not in the cards for me right now. But
Not in the cards. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't balance. I can't do that.
You can't even
I'd
ride
fall
a bike.
right off. Oh, no, I'd fall right off.
especially a Harley, because it's...
I would not
they're
trust
heavy.
you.
Oh, my
It's a
God.
big-
Get away.
but riding with the
If we're in
handlebars
the
up
Amazing
above
Race,
you.
I am losing. For anything we have to ride, I'm out. I'm like, is there another car? Okay, Heather, thanks for calling. Kathy is up next at 833-390-KRBE. Hi, Kathy. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Okay, so we're asking
So
the question, what do you think is a great gift? Either you tell us if
Yes.
you received it, you gave it.
Received it.
Okay, you received it. What was it?
But I requested it. I have adult kids who have families of their own, can't afford a lot, don't want the money spent. So years ago, I asked them to buy me a James Avery bracelet.
Okay.
And all my 3 kids with their children picked me out one charm every Mother's Day, and they all pitch in.
Oh, that's
We
so
do that.
cute.
We were doing that, but the bracelet got full.
I was going to say it gets real heavy and
My
very
bracelet-
clingy.
Well, explain to me what that is.
Definitely full.
James-
My bracelet is definitely full, but when I wear it to family functions, which is the only time I wear it, the grandkids all pick at it and go, "We picked the camera. We picked this. I got
that's
to pick the dog."
See, I don't know what one
Charm
is.
bracelet.
All
It's a
right,
charm
so
So
you
bracelet.
you
charm
put charms
bracelet.
around the bracelet? Okay.
Yes, yes. James Avery
Yes,
charm
and
bracelet.
I don't usually ask for a gift, but I did ask for the bracelet, so then they wouldn't spend in the long run.
That's
No, I
smart.
think that's great. And
That's
those
really
charms are
cute.
not really that expensive. They're sterling silver
No.
charms. They're very budget
But
friendly.
they can be.
They
can go
could
from
be if
30
you go
to
gold.
More.
Yeah,
Right.
but it could be
So,
something
nope,
that's
I just told
attainable. Right. James Avery
Yes.
charm bracelet, and every year
You're
you
a good
give
mom. You
grandma
can tell
a
you're like you didn't want them to spend a whole lot of
Yeah.
money.
Oh, I don't. I don't like getting gifts for my kids because they have to spend, they have families.
Hey,
Do you
kids,
make
I
that-
want a Cartier bracelet with a screwdriver.
Heck yeah.
Do you make the scrunch face?
$4,000.
Kathy, do you make the scrunch face? My mom makes the scrunch face. We give her gifts.
I do.
She's
well,
like, "What
because
did y'all do?"
they've got families. I don't need anything anymore. Just their love,
Yep, just your time and love. Come over to my house.
Right.
That's awesome.
Let's have
That's it.
lunch or dinner and just hang out.
Yep.
She sounds like my mama.
That's
Yeah.
great. Well, Kathy, happy Mother's Day to you.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Okay, take care. That's a really good idea, guys.
You too.
A James Avery charm bracelet where you guys
try that.
add charms.
There's a bunch of different
Every
other
single
ones
year.
too. If
I
that
think
one's
what
a little
Eric just said-
pricier, you can
Okay.
find.
What
Yeah.
Eric just said was so important. Spending the time. Just your presence means so much.
Well, think
Yeah,
of
but
how many
if they're
people
not
right
here
now.
in Houston,
I know, but right now, think about the ones that are here in Houston, the pit of angst that is building right now because you have to figure out how you're politically going to divide the day. If you got the mother and the mother-in-law here and you're a mom and your husband wants to go to his mom's but not really spend time taking you anywhere, and then you're like, why do I have to spend my Mother's Day with that mom, blah, 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 blah. There's all these different dimensional scenarios
do you
that drive
compete?
people crazy.
Like, Sam, do you compete for your mom when it comes to your siblings for giving her a gift?
no. Like this year, Connor and I are going in on the gift.
Why not?
We can't
why
tell
not
us
your
what it is
brother?
because your mother listens.
Right, and I can't tell you.
Why not all three of you?
Well, he's kind of on the back burner right now.
What? I'd be so mad if I found out my two sisters got my mom a
And
gift
left me out.
and left me out.
You
didn't
also
even
have
ask?
to respond back to text messages
Oh,
to
you say
like
he's
confirm
not.
to things.
But you did try, though. I'm
Yeah.
saying you did try.
No, I did not try.
Oh, okay.
No,
You've had
this
a
isn't.
history
Oh,
where
it's a
This
battle.
isn't group
Okay.
therapy right now.
Oh,
okay, we
oh.
don't have enough time. But
We
all
could
I
make
can
time
say
instead of True
is
Crime Tuesday.
Well, listen.
Connor and I are perfect angels.
Oh, man. Alexis. I'm a little bit Alexis.
You're such a jerk.
Alexis is up next.
Such a jerk.
We're talking about fails or
Awkward.
successes when it comes to Mother's Day gifts. Hi, Alexis.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Good morning.
What's the gift you gave?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so actually, it wasn't a gift that I gave. It was a gift I received.
Okay.
So my husband gave this to me one year, and it was my own. It was like this huge photo printer, so I could print my own family photos at home
That's cool.
for like scrapbooking and for framing and stuff like that. And then he also that year got me a Kindle at the same time, and that is like my most used two things in the entire house.
Is the Kindle like the kind where it doesn't look like an iPad? It looks like actual paper on the, on the pad?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those are cool. I used
And
to
I
have
get
one.
migraines, so they don't hurt my eyes.
That's awesome.
That's
See?
That's really nice.
Those
They
are
like
good-
to read, so
Those
you
are
got a
good
Kindle.
gifts.
Yeah.
They know, they
Mhm.
know you like to read. Get you something.
For
Well,
sure.
and here's my stress. For
like
every
that.
year you give a great gift, then the pressure's on like, oh man, what's next year?
Take
Bye,
care.
Alexis. Thank you.
Bye.
So a Kindle and a printer for her.
You're
so
right.
it's all about what the mom
You
in
keep
your life
building
likes
up
to do.
each year.
I know. There's
You
like,
Yeah.
set the bar so
or
high.
you just start running out of stuff. You're like, okay, well that was a really good one, but now what do I do next?
Real quick before we go into break,
Yeah.
what would you want for Mother's Day?
I want to not have to ask somebody to move their shoes.
Okay.
I want to not have to ask them
Yeah.
to not leave the wet towels on the floor.
Is that targeted
Just-
at any one person
Just
or
on that
all of
day
them?
or just for like a
Right.
week?
Like in general, but especially that day.
Just that day.
Like when we get
Or
home.
maybe the weekend.
I don't want to trip over shoes.
Yeah.
I
Friday,
just want them
Saturday, or Sunday,
to be
move it.
mindful of the. Just can you move that? Can you just move that? Like it's the little things in life
Yeah.
that burn you over time that you're like, no. Overall, I just like to spend time with my family. I just want
Right.
to spend time with them.
That's good.
That's really what I want because it's all good.
Can we put this out there one more time, though, for all the guys out there who are pig-headed, they're just not getting it? Your wife gave you a child. Make sure you take care of her. She is a mom. She should be the number one priority, even over your own mother. Take care of your wife.
Yeah, we're not saying ignore your own mom, but absolutely don't ignore
Pig
your
nerd.
wife. By the way,
And
if you
don't
have
forget stepmoms,
time
too.
today, go
Stepmoms.
Stepmoms are the best.
Right. If you're at work and you have to look busy, but you don't really want to be busy, go to uncommongoods.com. They have got tons of unique Mother's Day gifts.
That stuff looks like crap.
You're going down the rabbit hole.
Listen, you know
You're
why,
going down the
Eric?
rabbit
Are you
hole.
saying
Look,
crap like
it's crap
chintzy?
to you, Eric, because you are a man who's not into this.
Is it chintzy,
But
Eric?
we have seen moms who are crazy, live and die for their
What's the one with the-
colleges.
what's
What was
one
the
with baseball
website again,
helmets?
Rula? Sorry.
Uncommongoods.com.
wanna
They've
see
got
what,
some
like-
random
Okay,
stuff.
What's that? Philly and New York, Yankee, Boston. What are these?
Well, this is
What
stupid,
is
but
that?
like this, I
What
thought
is
some
that?
mom might like.
It looks like those ice cream hats.
You know the little plastic ice cream hat you get at the Astros game and the helmet?
Yes.
The little plastic helmet.
Is that what that
Yes.
is?
This is not a good example because I would never pick this, but that's on there. If you have some baseball sports fan mom,
Oh.
it's little helmet ceramic ice cream bowls. That's for you. I'm telling you, there is a mom that is too ashamed to let our show know that that's her jam because you just said
$50.
Yeah, how many do you get? Only two?
Two
No, I
for
think you
50?
get, no, you get a set. The
What-
set
yeah, but
looks like
what's a
there's
set?
6.
Yeah, so that's probably 2.
I don't know. You really want to waste time on this so I can click this?
Yeah.
I'm clicking
Okay,
it.
how many do you
It's
get?
only two. It's
Two.
only two. Comes in a set of
$25.
two
Are they pretty
ceramic
big?
baseball cap shaped bowls.
Well, I'm not
No.
saying by that.
I really want the scratch the belly nail files. There's a set of 3. It's little animals. Kev, you would love this. It's like
It's
a
for
little.
your belly?
No, you
It
scratch
does
your
like-
nails, but it's the animal's belly that you scratch your nails on.
Wait, Sam, did you see the sassy
Weird.
storage
Told you it's
canister? Scroll down to the sassy storage canister. Look at the sassy
Oh my God! Look at, it's got, that looks like
Sassy.
Kevin. If Kevin was a
It is
teapot,
Kevin and Sam.
short and stout.
Look at this, Kevin.
my
the
handle,
sassy
here's my spout.
storage.
That's you, Kev.
It's got its arms to the side like judgy pants.
I can't
And it's
see
called
it.
the sassy storage
Look like it's
canister.
melted.
It's judging you while you fill it with snacks
It's like
to
that
eat.
meme of that bald guy.
Hilarious.
The
Oh
bald
my
guy that
gosh.
has his hands on his hips.
Oh my
looks
God,
at
these
you.
are so funny, but they're too expensive to
Wait,
use as a
leave that
gag
up,
gift.
Rula, because I can't find it.
Okay,
inside.
okay. It says add some saucy flair to your
$70
kitchen with these attitude-filled
Oh, my.
containers.
How cute.
They're so funny. The sassy, saucy storage containers.
It's expensive, but it's
Anyway,
cute.
I'm telling you, go down a rabbit hole with that uncommongoods.com. Coming up next, it's time for you to share your stories if you have unfortunately been too close for a crime for comfort.
True Crime Tuesday.
That's right. You just never know what kind of story is in our area that we didn't even know was happening right under our noses.
Yeah, maybe your neighbor was a serial killer. You never knew it.
Well, that'd be shocking.
we always give that as the example, but I don't think we have yet to get one phone call where the neighbor was the serial killer.
Usually
Maybe
we get
today's the
people
day.
that they dated.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
So we'd
went
like
on
to
a
hear
date
your
with a
stories
serial
right
killer.
now. 833-390-KRBE. That's 833-390-5723.
True Crime Tuesday next on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
True Crime Tuesday. I got to get that menacing voice. True Crime Tuesday.
Or just, hey, y'all, it's True Crime Tuesday.
Well,
That's not the same.
that's how the news does it. Coming up
That's not
next,
the
find
same.
out about, whatever.
Well, here's our phone number, 833-390-KRBE. And we're always really shocked at the kinds of stories that come through on True Crime Tuesday because you just never know what's lurking in your neighborhood, what's going on when
And
you're
you could be the
on an
criminal.
app. Yeah, we've had reformed criminals who paid their debt to society call our show and tell us what they did or how they did it or what they looked for, things like that. So let's get to the phones. Shelby's up first at 833-390-5723. Hi, Shelby.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi,
We're
Shelby.
good. Tell us your story.
So, whenever I was little, I'm 28 now. Whenever I was younger, I was probably like 7. We lived in a neighborhood, and we had an older couple move in next door to us, and we lived by them. They were great. She was like the nicest woman ever, and probably like 5-6 years into it, my aunt had known for a little bit about this, and she finally told us, like, hey, do y'all know who y'all are living by? And we were like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, Miss Wanda, your neighbor,
Oh my
she...
I already know what you're going to say. Keep going if I'm right. Oh, my God, just from that
Yeah.
first name. Go. Keep going.
Oh, yeah. So she told us, she was like, well, in like the 90s, she she hired someone to murder. I think it was the mom and the daughter.
Yes.
And she hired her brother-in-law to do it.
The cheerleader, the
And-
pom-pom mom. Wanda
yeah.
Holloway? Are you talking about Wanda Holloway?
Yes.
They made a movie out of
Oh,
this.
Yes.
wow.
Couple
Oh, my
movies.
gosh.
And so she, so the story kind of behind that is like her daughter was in cheerleading, and the other daughter, like I guess Miss Wanda thought that she was better,
She
so
was the
she
rival.
called her brother-in-law.
She had to take out the
And-
competition.
Yeah, and so she called her brother-in-law, and her brother-in-law like tapped the wires and stuff,
Oh,
or
my.
you know, and it got her caught up in this. But then the trial got thrown out because someone was on the jury that I think knew Miss Wanda, and so that's why it got thrown out because she was going to get convicted for it.
Damn.
So she just
But-
walked?
But she was called the pom-pom mom. No, Holly Hunter
what's
played
the-
her
what's
on a
she never-
Lifetime
The
movie.
movie is called The Positively True Adventures of the Alleged Texas Cheerleader Murdering
But she never
Mom.
served any time?
Did she serve time? Let's
She did
see.
not.
Can't remember.
She never served time.
And the guy who
Holy crap.
the guy was successful. He ran him down, or like what?
No, it was a cross-wiring bombing gone wrong. Like he was going to explode their car or something,
Oh,
or
my gosh.
whatever it
And-
was. You can.
So
it
was that like? So wait, did he
Yeah.
explode? What?
He did not. He did not. It was a
Attempt.
thwarted
Oh.
attempt of murder for hire.
Okay, so the
And it
mom
was-
and the daughter are okay.
So here's what the real
She
story
served-
was.
she served
So
6
her
months.
daughter was the cheerleader, and it's really
Yeah.
tough in Channelview, man. A lot of competition to be that cheerleader. And so the girl that was like her rival, Wanda Holloway, thought, if I murder her mom,
Yeah, I get that.
she'll be so devastated she will not be able to audition well for the cheer team.
Wow.
That's what the story
Holy
was.
crap.
And it was this thwarted like murder for hire.
So when you
plot
found
gone
out this
wrong.
news, was it weird to talk to her? Like, did you just ignore her? Did you ask her about it? Did you just keep it
odd.
normal? What'd you do?
Whenever we found this out, we had already been living by her for like 5 or 8 years and stuff, and we've gone out to dinner with them. Like,
Oh, wow.
we were really close with them, and actually, it's so weird because she was literally the nicest. She is the nicest lady, and there
Well,
would be
apparently
kids
not.
that would come. Yeah, but she protected me. She took a liking to me, and like when kids would come over and like mess with our trash can or try to mess with me, she would run them off. Like, she was very protective over me. So we just we knew this information, but we just still had a relationship
So you never brought
with
it
her.
up. You never brought it up to her. Like, did you see the daughter, the one that?
Yeah, the daughter would come over with her kids and like hang out and stuff, but no, we never brought it up because.
Can I ask what year, Shelby, that you were living next to Wanda? How many years after this
be
happened?
in the
Like,
90s.
what year was this that you were
This
living there?
was probably 2000 and probably like 2007. She
Okay, yeah, so-
moved in, and then it was till like, or no, she probably moved in like 2005,
still
2006.
Okay, so
around
this,
here.
this is way
Hold
after.
on a
it.
second. 1991 is when this story happened. In 1996, State District Court Judge George Godwin sentenced Wanda Holloway to 10 years in prison, fined her $10,000. She settled a civil lawsuit filed by the Heath family that she tried to kill the mom in 1994, and she agreed to pay a total of $150,000 to the victims. It was decided in court that $70,000 would be given to Verna and her husband, $30,000 to the children of Verna,
wow.
and $50,000 to cover the legal expenses of the case. She was released on March 1st of 97 after serving just 6 months of her sentence. The judge ordered her to serve the remaining 9.5 years on probation and to do 1,000 hours of
So
community service.
You're not neighbors now.
No, sir. We are not neighbors now. We moved in probably 2012.
Can I ask what area of town that was you were living in, Shelby?
It's Kingwood.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
she stayed in the area.
Stayed
then.
So she really only did half a year in prison. I mean, she tried to murder somebody. And that's
Well,
all?
she
Yes.
didn't try.
Yeah.
She hired somebody to try.
No, sorry, but
That's what I'm
she
saying.
orchestrated the whole thing.
It wasn't by her hand. It was just her idea.
That it's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really
It's
something.
crazy because whenever you're in a situation like that, you're like, oh, if someone like hires to murder or does something bad, like you just won't like them. But like you would we had no idea that she was even capable of that.
Right.
Because
Never
She was
came
such a
up in
nice
conversation. Like, you never
such a nice
talked about
lady.
it. Huh.
Shelby, you know what? You are not the only one.
And by the way, that's a neighbor.
That is a murder for hire story, and that was a neighbor, but she wasn't a serial killer. Shelby, thank you so much for sharing your story, because it's true. People forget about some of the older crime stories that you just forgot about, or maybe you're newer to the city, you don't know
That was a
them.
big one. Even up north, I heard about that.
Michael has a murder for hire story as well. I don't know the details. Let's find out. Hi, Michael. Good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Morning.
Hey, Michael, you want to share with us?
So a relaxed Tuesday morning.
I actually called y'all a while back about my cousin who stabbed a lady however many times.
Sounds like you got a violent family there, Michael, because now you're calling about your grandma?
Apparently so.
What?
But one thing I did forget to tell y'all about my cousin is he left a note on the old lady's chest saying Satan's son.
What?
But,
oh, my God. I have to go
with
back to
my-
the archives for your story on the cousin.
Okay.
Oh, Lord, have
Oh,
mercy.
damn.
Good
Is this the Bible
with
study one?
Yeah.
Okay.
His cousin
With-
went over
with-
to his neighbor's house that
Yeah.
they were doing Bible study, and then decided to like
Stab
stab
her.
Dear
And
God.
And so now your
then they
grandma.
turned over like the bed, and there was like stabs all over the bed or something
Oh,
crazy.
my Lord.
And now your grandma
Yeah.
did something bad? What'd your grandma do?
Well, this was either whenever I was very little or before I was born, but I was told stories about it. But my grandma, who I don't think I've ever met her, like I said, unless I was very small. But she had hired this group of guys to kill her husband. And while he was in the bathroom fixing their toilet or something, these guys came in there and started stabbing him with screwdrivers.
Oh, my
Good
God.
grief. Why did she want to kill her husband? What was her motive?
We have no clue.
And did they
Did it
succeed?
Wet
work?
towels on the floor?
Did it work?
Wait,
mean,
did,
like-
did they kill him or what?
Yeah, it worked, but they got caught pretty much instantly.
Well,
So
yeah.
I think she's still currently in jail.
Hold on. How do you not know if she's actually still in jail? Wouldn't your whole family know grandma's in the penitentiary still? I mean, it's your
'cause
grandma.
It's because my other grandma, her sister, passed away already, so I don't really know much about
stayed away
that
from
side
them.
of the
Was it
family
not in
anymore.
this city or was it in a different town?
I'm not sure. I think they've lived in Dallas at that point.
Huh.
So your grandma hired a bunch of men
I'm gonna
to
look this
stab
story
her
up.
husband to death with screwdrivers, and they succeeded.
That sounds
while
painful.
your cousin
Phillips had her
stabbed
flathead.
a woman at a Bible study to death.
Dang.
There's a lot of stabbing in
Yeah.
your family line, sir. I would be
She's stabbing.
a
That's
little
like
worried
so
at Thanksgiving when they carve the
intimate
turkey.
of killing. Like,
Oh, it's brutal. It's just so violent. It's so much more
a gun is just. I mean, a gun's
anger
bad,
and passionate as opposed to a gun just,
but stabbing.
That's a crime of
screwdriver.
violent anger.
How long did she? Or you don't know how long she served? You don't
Doesn't
know how
even
long
know
she
she's
got.
in there
yeah.
still.
No, he has
yeah,
no
that's
idea.
crazy.
She'd be
I
dead.
have no clue.
Well, find out and give us an update. Leave it on the listener line 713-278-VENT. Okay, because we needed a little tie that bow on that
He's
story.
safe on the roads there.
Find out there. I think it's
Somebody
probably.
thought that was Bumbles.
Yeah, the delivery,
Aw,
similar,
no.
same cadence.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
No.
Okay, I gotta come. We're gonna come back to Helen. Let me ask Helen if she can hold on because this is a good one. Hi, Helen. Good morning. Can you hear me? It's Roula. Hi.
Yes.
Hey, can you give us a couple minutes? I gotta take a little quick break for some important words from our sponsors, and I want to come back to harboring a serial killer story.
Wow.
What? Okay,
intrigued.
hold on the line. We'll
Got
be
me.
right back on the Real and Ryan Show with Eric.
Back to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
All right, I usually do Celebrity Scoop here, brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas, but I wanted Helen to stand by. We were doing True Crime Tuesday, and we always, set up True Crime Tuesday to explain, what's this about? Okay, well, maybe you live next to a serial killer or something. Well, apparently Helen's story is about harboring a serial killer. So I definitely wanted to hear that story.
By accident or like she knew he was a serial
Well,
killer?
we're going to
Let's
find out.
Oh, wow.
Hi, Helen. Welcome to the Real and Ryan Show with Eric.
Hi.
Hi.
So no, it was not me.
Okay.
Okay.
But I used to work at an apartment complex as a leasing agent,
Okay.
and my manager was a stickler for not letting people that are not on the lease be in the apartment.
Yeah.
So the apartment that lived right next to the leasing office always had a guy coming in and out, and my manager would keep an eye out. So she told the lady that was on the lease, like, hey, I don't know who this person is, but he's in and out of your house, so you need to make sure he's on the lease. And she was, really, not wanting to put him on and not really giving an explanation as to why. And we were kind of like, okay, well, the rules are the rules. So anyways, later on, she just keeps telling her about it. It kind of passes. Later on, we have somebody that comes into the office, like an investigator, asking to check the cameras. And we were like, we can't just show you the cameras.
Yeah. Gonna have some.
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you? You
Right.
can't access our
Involves
cameras.
like a
Paperwork.
subpoena or
Eventually-
something.
Yeah.
Right. Eventually, he explains that he's doing an investigation on somebody in the property, and obviously my manager's like, well, are we in danger? And this was all around COVID time, so our office was always closed, and people could never come into the office, so we had some kind of safety.
Yeah.
But she was still like, I don't feel comfortable around all of this. Eventually, we end up giving them like the footage, and he doesn't give us an explanation as to who he's looking for, why he's looking for this person. But one day we come into the office, and like around lunchtime, there's like a whole stakeout. There's all these cops like surrounding the outside part of our leasing office, and we're all like so confused, like what's going on. And then the investigators that had come all those, like, I guess I don't remember how long ago it was, they end up telling us, hey, like, just so y'all know, there's a guy living in that apartment, and we have him connected to several victims. And we were like, what? And we looked back, and my manager had actually had a conversation with this man because he had come to the leasing office and said, like, hey, I heard you were telling my girlfriend that I needed to be on the lease. Like, I'm not here long term. Like, I'm just here to stay for a couple weeks. Like, I'm not planning on staying, so do I have to still be on the lease? And she was like, yeah, having a whole conversation with this man. And then we find out that he was wanted for killing women in several states, including one of...
Wait. You said including what? Your phone dropped out when you said including what now? Several states?
Including at one of our sister properties, there had been a body found of a woman beat to death.
Oh my God!
Yes.
How long ago was this, by the way, Helen? How many years ago are we talking? Is this recently?
After COVID, you said
this was like 2020, maybe 2021.
Okay. Do you remember the guy's name?
Yeah, I don't remember his name. I want to say his first name was Chris.
That's all right. I mean, you don't need to put a name out there.
No.
Because it's the wrong name. I don't want to put a name out there.
Well, I mean, I thought if he was like a guy that we knew, like that was like a serial killer. Like we know his name. Like, oh my God, was that guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Chris
did.
Wayne, what?
You did find out that Wayne is the middle name. You did find out that for sure this guy was the serial killer, and the cops did the whole sting to arrest him, and they took him away.
Yes. So they had to arrest him once, and when I looked him up. I looked up the girl's name. She had been his girlfriend, the one that lived at our complex. Yeah. She had been arrested for harboring a fugitive, and her son had been arrested for harboring a fugitive, based on the records that I had found, like public record.
So they knew he was a killer. It wasn't like, what? You're a killer?
Yes,
she knew. No, she was in on it, and she was harboring the fugitive. Wow.
And you guys were getting close on the case. They could have hurt you guys.
Totally, they could have. Oh man.
Yeah, she knew about the murder at our sister property, because she tried to like justify her actions later on, and we had to let her off the lease because of all of that was going on.
What ended up happening to her?
She left. We never heard. I kept up with it for a while, and I just never found
criminal prosecution for harboring a fugitive.
But did they arrest him from that place that day? They arrest him, or did he?
She ended up coming back, so she got released at some point.
So she did get incarcerated.
Could be parole.
No, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, look, Wanda Holloway got 6 months.
Or not parole, but
fine.
like when you're
pardoned. No,
you pay bail's bonds.
Bonded.
You can bond out, as we've learned many times. The people bonded out are still killing people on bond.
Yeah, because. Even with him, like he had to be arrested twice. I don't know, like if they put him on different charges or something, because he had to be arrested twice at our property, and we saw it both times.
And then how freaked out were you, Helen, thinking, man, that day he came in to talk to me about not being on the lease, he could have just strangled you. He could have hurt you, killed you that day, and been like, whatever, that's just what he's doing, and hidden you, and you've been another victim, and who knows who the next.
But are these victims like, were they just random, or are they people that pissed him off? I mean, like, what was his motive?
They were just, from what we were told by the investigators, they were just random. But the girl from the sister property, that was his girlfriend. Like, he had girlfriends at several properties, and he was just staying there. And the girlfriend at our property knew about that.
No. Hell no.
Gosh.
That's crazy.
Well, he would do that to me. He wouldn't do that
Yo,
to me.
yes, this is a whole other topic we could tangent out on women who choose this crazy.
They
and
like
they're
the bad guy.
It's fine. I mean, he's had like 14 girls, but he is a good guy. I mean, guys, he is so nice.
He's going to change for me.
I mean, that's
you.
craziness.
He
That's
didn't do it for the first
craziness.
13, but you're the 14th.
Helen, did that
naive
drive
and
you out of that
stupid.
job? Because you said you used to be an apartment leasing agent. You're like, okay, I'm done. I don't need this anymore. Is that what drove you out of that industry?
There was always something happening there. I ended up leaving because I went to grad school, but yeah, no, there was always something happening at that property.
Real quick, did you ever find anything cool to keep in an apartment? Like, when people leave?
Oh, off topic.
Like kind of like Storage Wars, how they get all that cool
this
stuff?
is nice.
Did
Glad
you get
they
anything
forgot
like
this.
like his laptop. Anything cool?
Nothing like that, but like furniture and stuff. Like people would leave like their furniture. One time, one of the maintenance guys found like somebody made like a little hidden, I guess, like area in the apartment, and he had money like stashed all over the apartment in like little hiding spots.
Oh, wow.
Did this person get to keep the money?
Yeah, he kept the money.
like
I don't
we're
blame
talking
him.
like
Who are you going to give it to?
Like how much we talking? Like $500, $1,000?
I don't know. He never told me because it was a guy that worked there for years,
Yeah, why
and
is he gonna
he
tell
was
her?
a painter.
Yeah,
I thought he left it for me.
Yeah, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Wow, Helen, thanks for the story. That's really. Kev, what part of town was that apartment complex in? I'm just curious. What part of town were they in?
It's right where I live.
Yeah, no, not the name, just where. Like, what part of town was it?
It was in Southwest Houston.
Okay.
I mean, this guy's just
I
serial
always
killer
think of
roaming
Sam's place
around.
with the prostitutes and the.
Southwest Houston is right around us, pretty
But you're
much.
right, Rolla. This could be a whole other subtopic
Of women who
Why
just
do
choose
these
the
women-
bad dude.
Like, you know that he is a criminal. Why are you aligning yourself with this?
Because that's the ultimate fixer-upper. You can change it.
Right. Or you know that
murder-
he's
But if
going
you
to
know
love
this
you
guy-
so much, he's going to kill for you.
That's
but
insane, Sam.
You are
That's
going to
just
knowingly
saying.
get
That's
involved
hot.
with somebody
That's
that
hot.
ran guns or drugs.
Well, look at all these women
or
that marry prisoners.
assault.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't Eric Menendez married? And he
Well, they married
got
him
married
afterwards.
in prison,
Right.
Yeah, they knew
Because
what
she like
he-
fell in love with his story after
Yeah.
he murdered his parents.
Because, they just, in their mind, they just make their own story up about that person.
Yep.
You know,
They will
God.
the cartoon Frozen has a whole song about fixer upper. How to fix up a guy, try and sell him off to
These
Anna.
women are not well.
Lonely women out there that want some happiness, I guess.
Ladies,
That's
it's
not the
never that
happiness you
bad.
want.
It's never that bad that you go for a killer. He's just so nice to me.
Or anybody with
But
a
he goes out at
violent
night
past.
and you don't know who he's murdering, but he's so nice to you.
It's okay to be alone.
You got your really nice birthday gift, sure. Okay, go to the listener line, 713-278-VENT, if you'd like to share stories with us that we didn't have a chance for. But True Crime Tuesday happens on what day? Oh, yeah, Tuesday.
It's time for What's Going Down in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
So I found this on livability.com, and they did a study. What is the best place in America for workers to live in? And one of our suburbs came in number 3 on the list, and that would be Sugarland. Sugarland is one of the best places in America to live, according to livability.com. It has a population of 109,000 people, and Sugarland's median income home value stands at about $402,000.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ballin'.
Yeah.
Ballin'.
That's really nice, though. I would say Sugarland's very clean. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I just personally would not like that commute.
But you don't
Yeah,
need
it's
to
the
really,
commute.
if you live nearby.
Well, from here it would be
it
bad.
has everything.
You
Yeah,
get there in like 7
15
minutes.
I think it'd be quicker than
12
your
minutes.
current commute.
Yeah, like quicker.
Oh, really? Quicker than her current one?
Well, it
Yeah,
depends.
it takes
on
a-
Actually, yeah, you're right, you're
Sugarland
right.
goes
From
on-
where you live right
you
now,
can
Sam?
reach the tip of Sugarland in about 7 minutes, but if you want to get to the other end of it, it's
Get to the
about
base.
15.
I had family that used to live off of the Vince's Bridge exit, and it was back when they were fixing 59. And all the years they lived there, it was hell on wheels trying to get to their house because of construction. And then right when they opened that beautiful, clean 59, it was all finished. They moved.
No.
I was like, oh, man. It's like Lexington. Finally got to Lexington,
I
that
guess
drama.
It is pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Yeah,
there.
it's not far at all.
17 minutes right now, 13 miles. If you just put in Sugarland from
And that's right
There
now.
you go.
at almost
But that's
9
right
o'clock.
now. Yeah,
Like
I
you
wonder what
say,
it'd
it
be.
can be right at the very beginning of Sugarland, or you go out past Smart
But
Financial.
how are the breweries out there?
Yeah, that's what
That's
Sam
Sam's
really
big
wants to
question.
know.
Right?
If she can't push that stroller to the brewery,
We ain't
it's
going.
out.
We ain't moving there.
Did I mention the median home value is at $402,000? That's
We'll have to run the laundromat out of our house.
okay.
They'll live in the laundromat.
You got to get a laundromat. You got to put your name on it.
So many dreams.
Just get a
Sam from
laundromat
the
that
Roula
has a little
Ryan Show
extra
with
room
Eric.
and live there.
There
It's
was a
fine.
laundromat we were looking at, and they had daiquiris to go. And I was like, oh, this is
A
really nice.
laundromat daiquiri factory.
Like in your experience.
You could do laundry
How much are
and
laundromats?
buy daiquiris. Why would
What
you
was
do
that?
that? Because
You're
Craig
right,
doesn't
Kev.
like fruity drinks and like daiquiris.
I ain't trying to drink a laundromat daiquiri. I am so
Is
sorry.
that the
I gotta
mixer?
That's a
Draw
winery.
the line.
You're right. It's got to be a
That ain't got no
winery.
real
You just fill a
alcohol in
washing
there.
machine
A
up.
wine
You
license.
fill
is
the washing
cheaper.
machine up with margarita mix, and it
it's
just
like one of the.
Destroys your clothes?
no, it makes the mix, and you just drink.
Okay.
That is foul.
That'd be a cute little.
One washing machine
That
dedicated
is
solely
so
for the
foul.
margaritas.
Yeah. How much does a laundromat cost?
It really depends on
Like
how many.
Are they
$600,000.
$1 million? Are they
I mean,
200,000?
some of them could
$2
be, but there's other
million.
ones that are more reasonable, and then you can get
Some
certain
people
loans out.
question, Sam, why you work here because they're like, wow, Sam and Mark sound like they're doing pretty well. They're buying laundromats.
Yeah.
But we
Everyone's
haven't bought any.
entrepreneurs.
They're just thoughts and dreams.
So why would Sam torture herself to wake up this early in the morning to hang with a bunch of clowns like us?
It's a great question.
I know,
I
I'm-
ask myself that every day.
I might open a laundromat as well then.
Yeah, we're all taking a take off. Sorry, this is our official announcement. The Roula and Ryan show will expire in 1 year because we all have our own laundromats.
We'll do a dry clean.
With daiquiris.
Laundromats have the credit card tap option.
Some of them do. Others have coins.
A lot of people don't have credit cards.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
you-
You gotta have
they
A lot of
have
times if you
cash.
have credit cards, then you'll just charge a washing machine to your house.
Right.
And, people
That's
don't
true.
think about, I'll pay it off down the road.
Yep. You can do coins though.
Well, we'll let
I'll
you
let you know
when
when I get
Sam's
one.
wash is open.
Yeah, for
It seems
sure.
wash.
She'll
You
be
gotta be
coming
careful.
on the
every day.
houseboat.
We'll
You
hear
gotta
her.
The
I love
laundromat
that.
on the houseboat.
There's me.
With the daiquiri drive-through.
Coming into work.
That's what's going to happen in the future.
I'll ask her flavors. We could do Try It Tuesday. Sam's daiquiris from her laundromat.
That sounds so
Made with
weird.
laundry water.
Why don't you do sushi? Do some sushi and laundromat.
That
Yummy.
seems even worse.
Laundry water. All right, coming up next, what happened with Ellie and Nick that warranted revenge? It had to do with high school bullying. You'll hear all about it next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.